Money is Time has been in business for about 3 years. During this period of time, we have been dedicating our attention and services in finding unique approaches to benefit employers and developing an application to assist in our goal. Our goal is to introduce our unique approach to employee benefits. Benefits offered by employers are typically earned over time and commonly determined based on the employee's tenure with an employer. Employee benefits may include a combination of annual leave, sick leave, holiday, vacation, military leave, and compensation time, to name a few. These employee benefits are frequently provided in the form of paid time off. An employer can utilize this employee benefit to include an employee spending account for medical emergencies, bereavement leave, and other designated spending accounts. In relationship with our goal, we strive to provide our clients with the highest level of customer support and reduce employee cost by providing innovative methods in responding to benefit payments, conditions, and situations. A new approach to employee benefits. In a letter to an apprentice known with the initials AB, our founding father, Benjamin Franklin, originally mentioned time is money. Based on the letter, Benjamin Franklin was advising the apprentice to use time more effectively to earn more money. In today's corporate world, this statement describes some advantages where employees use their time to earn money. Can employers benefit from the way employees are currently accumulating paid time off? No. Understanding the relevance of time as it relates to money and learning how employees are maximizing their earnings with accrued hourly PTO, employees can reverse and benefit from this miscalculation of the PTO time accumulated by employees. In fact, English author George Gissing once mentioned in his novel, The Private Papers of Henry Rycroft, "Time is money, but turn it around and you get a precious truth. Money is time." The Private Papers of Henry Rycroft is an imaginary journal of a man who withdraws himself from the world to live in seclusion and who enjoys release from poverty. In the novel, Mr. Gilsing may have been indicating that there is a profit gain in using money to purchase time. This could be a precious truth that has not been established by employers with today's employees. In today's reality, employers typically have a combination of policies and contracts in place to establish the benefits offered to their employees. Many of these policies and contracts include limitations, such as the portion of benefits that can carry over to the next calendar year. Furthermore, benefits of exempt and non-exempt employees can vary based on union contract negotiations and other reasons. Without a leverage to minimize loss in the economical problems businesses have to confront, many companies were forced to lay off employees or go out of business. In this tough economic environment, companies need to adopt new and creative approaches for saving money to reduce layoffs and remain viable. Our paid time off methods work with this, but before we continue, let us understand the limit of the federal statutes as it pertains to the employer and employee. The federal statutes, such as 29 United States Code 201219, govern certain labor practices of employers and is referred to as the Fair Labor Standards Act, FLSA. Generally, the FLSA does not establish benefits. Instead, the FLSA establishes minimum wage, overtime pay, record keeping, and youth employment standards affecting federal, state, and local government and the private sector employees. In contrast, the Federal Family and Medical Leave Act, FMLA, requires employers to allow employees time off as is outlined in the Code of Federal Regulations, i.e. 29 CFR 825.201. However, the time off or leave provided by FLMA is generally not paid. Since the statutes normally do not include employee benefits, employers are generally given broad latitude in providing PTO benefits to their employees. Our methods provide employees an opportunity to use designated PTO spending accounts when in need. In addition to the federal statutes, our approach is an effective opportunity for employers to use and manage employees' PTO for the necessary benefit. This table illustrates employee transactions of a commonly used technique based on hours for providing employee benefits. In accrued benefit, an employee earns a benefit of 2 hours over each of the pay periods 1, 2, and 3. In pay period 4, and since the employee did not earn benefit, the employee has accumulated a total of 6 hours. In pay period 5, the employee uses 2 hours, resulting in an account balance of 4 hours. Even though period 5 indicates a new wage rate of $15 per hour, the employee's wage rate is not a consideration in determining the remaining account balance of 4 hours. Instead, the account balance remains in hours. This table illustrates a monetary valuation of the employee benefits. Instead of hours, as previously depicted, this table uses monetary or dollar value. The pay period and actions illustrated in this table are identical to those shown in the previous table. Based on the salary rate of $15 per hour from pay period 4, the balance of 6 hours in monetary value is $90. In pay period 5, the employee uses 2 hours valued at $15 per hour. The employee uses 2 hours valued at $30 of their earned benefit as shown in period 5. After using the $30 or 2 hours of employee benefit at wage rate of $15 per hour, the value of the balance is $60. The balance does not accurately represent the value of the employee benefits because all of the hours are valued at the wage rate of the most recent work period. The wage rate of each pay period over time is not applied to the benefits earned for the pay period. Hence, there is a need to improve the method of establishing value to employee benefits. This table illustrates by example the steps to calculate or manage employees' paid time off. This is determined by using an employee-designated cash or spending account, in this case set up with a balance of $0 at 0 pay period. In pay period labeled 1, the employee accumulates 2 earned benefit hours. This is a monetary benefit of $20. The dollar value is established by multiplying the most current pay period wage rate of $10 per hour by the 2 accumulated earned benefit hours. The wage rate is the salary per hour an employee receives. The monetary benefit of $20 is added to the employee cash account. Over the following pay periods labeled 1, 2, and 3, the employee earns 2 hours having the monetary benefit of $20 for each of the respective time periods. The total of the employee cash account is $60. It is important to note that the calculation for monetary benefit uses the most current wage rate during the pay period. In the pay period labeled 4, the employee receives an increase in wage and makes $15 per hour. In the pay period labeled 5, the employee uses 2 hours of paid time off. The monetary amount of $30 is calculated by multiplying the 2 hours of paid time off by the current wage rate of $15 per hour. The balance of the employee cash account is $30, which is the $60 of cash account minus $30 of the monetary amount taken. In contrast with commonly used paid time off calculation, this is a saving of 50% with our methods. This table illustrates the steps pertaining to an emergency account by using employee benefit, paid time off. The balance of the emergency account is set up at $0. In pay period labeled 1, the employee earns 2 hours of earned benefit hours as a cured benefit. The monetary benefit of $20 is established by multiplying a wage rate of the most current pay period by the 2 hours of earned benefit hours. The monetary benefit of $20 is added to the employee emergency account. Over the following time periods, labeled 2 and 3, the employee earns 2 hours having a monetary benefit of $20 for each of the respective pay periods. Hence, the pay period labeled 4, the total of the employee cash account is $60. It is important to note monetary benefit calculation uses the most current wage rate of $10 per hour. In the time periods labeled 4 and 5, the wage rate is $15 per hour. The employee uses a portion of the benefits. This portion of the employee benefits can be referred to as a monetary amount and is calculated by multiplying the current pay period hourly wage rate by the time taken off. For example, 1/3 of an hour is the time taken off. The monetary amount is $5 in the pay period labeled 5. The time taken is calculated by subtracting the monetary amount of $5 from the employee emergency account of $60. That leaves the employee with a remaining balance of $55. With our new method of PTO calculation, we offer our software. ExtremeSoft HR and Payroll software system is being offered by a new company with dedicated ambition to save you, the employer, money. Computer software can be expensive, and to assist with this costly burden, our company can modify ExtremeSoft HR and Payroll management software to meet your company needs for a full implementation of the software. With our software, all that may be needed is data entry pertaining to employees' pay, personnel, and leave information. Our modification approach will require certain negotiable commitments and may include maintenance and support for technical services that is available to you 24/7. By using our software modification package, not only will it provide a cost-effective approach, but also give you the opportunity to upgrade the software at any time. With a full implementation of our software, modification can be made without interfering with your current payroll software system. Let's take a look at our software. The following will be some of the many screenshots of the software we have developed to assist with payroll, HR, and taxes. PTO starts with the recognition that an employee has taken time off from the company for a multitude of reasons, and as such, this time needs to be recorded and entered according to the company's guidelines and standards. Our software allows for easy entry of the time off, as well as the compensation guidelines. This flexibility allows for easy reporting times and rates for salary. With the shift screen, you can easily keep track of the employees allocated for a particular shift or scheduling period, allowing you to know what your resources are and how PTO will affect your operations. With the fixed PTO module, you can easily track how many accrued hours an employee has and how many hours remain. Keeping on top of these statistics allow for easy reporting and will highlight and save you both time and money in the PTO tracking process. The 1099-M module easily allows you to keep track of your 1099 employee hours and reporting to the government. For your salaried employees, the W-2 module will assist in the end-of-the-year tax audits and reporting requirements. The security log keeps track of any violations or other flags that you define to make sure your information is kept safe and secure in real time. Your current internal software modification can be time-consuming and costly. The advantages of modifying your current payroll software system is based on integrity of the software and security of employee information. Modifying ExtremeSoft HR and Payroll software will reduce some of the cost and time without jeopardizing employee information. Yes, ExtremeSoft HR and Payroll software is a new product, and the bad thing is that it's not established. But the good thing is that you're getting the latest and greatest technology. We are so sure of our product that your company does not pay until it's installed and proven running and accepted, so there really is no risk. Sure, there will be things that will come up, but that's also why we will be at your disposal if you need to address any issue, if any. This proposed method for determining and calculating employees' paid time off provides a simplified method for calculating the total dollar value of PTO earned and leave taken available to an individual employee. It utilizes the employee's current hourly wages multiplied by earned PTO and hours to be added to the employee PTO account. Employee current hourly wages multiplied by time taken off in hours total to be subtracted from the employee PTO account. Employers are paying employees PTO over the required amount. The current method of PTO payroll system utilized by employers has contributed to a loss in most companies. This loss occurred in the miscalculation of employees' PTO. Our sample calculator can estimate your company's loss as a whole or by individual employee. Employers save money once employee takes PTO leaves and when employee receives a wage increase. The higher hourly wage, the current hourly wage, is multiplied by the time taken in hour, and this total is subtracted from the employee's account, which was already created from a lower salary. The employer saves money by using the employee's higher salary to deduct from the account. This saving method is most evident when the employee uses all of their time, sick, death, long-term leaves, etc., or when the employee voluntarily resigns and is compensated for unused PTO. In addition, the employer saves money after raises because the employee's PTO monetary value is already calculated and not affected by raises as seen with the PTO calculation in hours. Also, in time of desperate need for immediate cash, accumulating monetary PTO gives the employee an opportunity to use their dollar amount on the restricted emergency account set by the employer. With all that being said, if there was a way to reduce your payroll expenses, would you be interested?